What's up, Coinaholics? Welcome back to another edition of the Monday Market Report. I'm your host, Sean, with BlueRidgeSilverhound. I want to personally thank you for taking time out of your Sunday night or Monday morning as you're getting ready for work to come join me to see how everything is shaken up in the coin market today. All right, and as you guys know, the Monday Market Report is a report provided to you to show you some of the changing trends in the modern coin market, okay? Primarily with the graded coins, okay? Which is kind of like a hot new popular thing. Well, it's always been popular, but I think today there's been so much more desire to authenticate and grade coins. Now, finding the right coins to do this with certainly is a little bit of a challenge. You kind of have to have an eye for the detail. All right, you need to know which coins make the grade. Okay, and then if you're able to do that and you get some of the best grades for the coin, then you're going to be able to capitalize on what this coin can offer you on the secondary market. Now, I can tell you this right now. The coin market has shot up tremendously in about the last 90 days. And there's a few things that have kind of contributed to all of a sudden this meteoric rise, okay? It's even plastered all over the screen. Meteoric rise. And I'm telling you, these coins have been performing at record levels not seen since about 2011. That is incredible. A lot of your favorite popular modern coins have been kind of, just making itself known that, hey, these are the coins that you need to invest in. These are the coins that you need to try and grade and then sell, because right now they're hot. Now, the things that are contributing to what has been kind of like a really incredible coin market, precious metals have been on just this giant leap right now. About 90 days ago, silver was trading around $15, $16 an ounce. He even got down as low as about $10, $11 at the start of this whole virus deal. Okay, you guys know what it is. The event has really shook the world on its top. All right, so we've seen precious metals. As of this video, silver is over $23 an ounce. That is an incredible feeling. That is an amount of money that we haven't seen since before 2015. All right, so it's been 5+ years. We've just been kind of languishing in $15, $16 silver for the longest time, and then now we're beginning to see moves. Okay, another thing that has kind of contributed to what is going on in the coin market, the economy in general has been slipping and sliding all over the place. As you guys know, the main reason why silver, gold, and all these PMs go up is that the market on itself, stocks, bonds, and other commodities that aren't silver and gold, they begin to falter. Okay, and then there's got to be some other investment, some sort of asset that you can park money into, and that's where silver and gold is the right type of investment to get into. In spite of the fact that there's no extras that come with investing in silver and gold, like, dividends and that sort of thing. But that's okay. This is a safe investment to get into if the market is kind of turning into a ball of wax that's soon going to melt all over the place. So a lot of people are putting money in not only silver and gold, they're also putting it into tangible items like collectibles. Okay, coins is certainly on the forefront of that. So we have the biggest, best, and brightest coins to talk about in this video. They're all coming from great collections. We don't have any big coin shows happening for about another 3-4 weeks. Okay, we got Long Beach next month, or maybe that's in September, but we have a few upcoming events hosted by Heritage Auctions, Stax Bowers, and a few others that will be happening here really soon. And I'm really invested. I'm really curious to see how the coin market responds during those events. As we head into the holiday seasons, the holiday months, rather, it's going to be interesting to see, does the coin market continue? Okay, does precious metals continue to go up? We'll find out. So I want to thank you guys for taking time again out of your day to check this out. All right, so I figured I'd spare you some more of your time. Sorry, 5 minutes well wasted, but you know, it's been an incredible run so far. We're going to go ahead and start off with the first coin, and this is the marquee variety that everybody looks for. Now, this is a 1992 Philadelphia. It's got no mint mark. Lincoln Memorial Cent. This, of course, is one of the big chase coins that you could find in change today. It's a close AM variety. So, as you can see, the A and M in America are touching. All right. A lot of the regular coins will have a gap in between A and M. All right. And those are the least valuable, if you know, worth anything at all. So you're going to have to look for the A&M touching. Also, the initials here at the base is going to look and appear a little bit different. They're going to sit a little bit further away from the base of the monument. But this is a PCGS Mint State 62 red-brown example. Looks like it came right out of change. It's got a few little nicks and scuffs on the reverse there, on the in certain areas. So it's by no means a beauty queen, but it is a nice preserved example. It could be a lot worse. I mean, we are talking about a coin that's nearly 30 years old. But this one brought home $6,328.12. Typically, this would be a $3,000 coin in this condition. And so that gives you an idea of how crazy things are in the coin market. All right, we're beginning to see a lot of rebounds, a lot of older price levels that it's been over 10 years since we've seen this. All right, so the next one that we see here is a 1982 Lincoln Cent. Now, 1982 is a kind of special year. It's a transitional year of the composition, going from the traditional bronze planchets that we've known for a while. And the U.S. Mint, to cut costs, have changed to a copper-coated zinc planchet. All right, so that's what this one is. It's referred to as the zinc cent, or zinkin. This one is a large date zinc 82. Some would say it's undesirable, all right, but if it's a nice high grade, then that's where it's all at. This one, check out the grade, PCGS Mint State 69 full red. I mean, you just can't get any sweeter than a coin that grades out as 69. 70 is the best, but 69 for this particular date is just unheard of. This coin right here is sold for $4,106.25. I would say it would be a nice addition to a registry set, which is what these high-grade moderns are built for. All right, so this one right here is the 1954 Lincoln Wheat Cent. Now, as you can see, it's got some really nice toning on there. You can see a lot of greens on the obverse of the coin. You even see some of these pinks here. Under True View photography, and that's what PCGS uses, the colors just pop. It would pop right off this coin. Now, because of the toning, a Lincoln Cent with toning cannot be construed as either like a full red sometimes or red-brown. Most of them are graded as brown. So this is a Mint State 65 brown. Now, if it didn't have the toning, this would be a $5 coin all day long. The toning, however, is what really differentiates this coin from all the others. This is also a Sunset Collection piece, and this one sold for $2,137.50. The toning priced this one way out there, and you had a bunch of hungry bidders jumping right in to own this example with some originality to it. All right, so proof coins prior to 1956 begin to get a little bit tough. Okay, the mintages are very low. A lot of the coins don't quite exhibit some of the nicest eye appeal. This one, however, plays the part of a highly collectible piece that you would want for your collection. This is a Proof 67 red. Ultra Cameo, has a little bit of I guess, plastic toning on the reverse of the coin, which is normal for the date. However, the Ultra Cameo devices on this one is really a rarity. All right, it's a low mintage coin again. Less than 10,000 sets were produced for 1950. But finding one with a lot of frost on these devices, offset or contrasted by mirrored fields, like kind of like black watery fields, is rather difficult. But this one, this example right here is sold for $3,543.75. It's quite a bit of money, and it is a showstopper for sure. All right, so we have a few Lincolns, and I figured, taking some time to talk about a couple of keys for the series is a worthwhile investment of time. Okay, first of all, the 1931 S is one of those key dates. You have a sub 1 million mintage of this coin. I've owned a number of these examples as high as mid-state 65. But this one right here is a really pleasing PCGS mid-state 66 full red. It's also CAC backed. But this one right here, to let you guys know, 1931 S's at the time were already known to be a low mintage coin. All right, so a lot of these were preserved in high mid-state grades. But finding some above mid-state 65 is tough. All right, that's where a lot of the challenge, that's where a lot of the money kind of comes into. This one right here sold for $2,372.50. If you could get your hands on some nice Tier 1 or Tier 2 31 S's, those are a fantastic investment. And so was this one. It's a 1922D. Okay, this one actually has the mint mark, so it's not the plain missing mint mark type. But this one is a PCGS mid-state 66 red. Like I tell everyone else, coins during the 20s are few and far between that look like this. I mean, it may not look too great in comparison to the modern age of coins, like post 1985. But we're talking about a rarity. When you could find a 1920s Lincoln that exhibits, lots of red and lots of luster. These coins were just not preserved. They were used and abused the way they were intended. This one right here is sold for $6,637.50. That's a remarkable amount of money for a coin that generally would need to have no mint mark to be worth that kind of money. So this one is a surprising entry into the market report for sure. All right, so this one is going to stump a lot of you. This is a coin that's barely 2 years old. It's a 2018D Jefferson nickel, modified obverse portrait as of 2010? No, 2006. I'm sorry. 2006 is when they changed the obverse portrait to what you see here. Now, someone had asked me, Blue Ridge, how much are the brand new nickels? The new design, the new obverse nickels, going for with full steps, high grade, things like that. Well, here's an example right here of one of those coins. Now, this is a more modern date. Okay, it's not a 2006 or 7 or whatever. Those are way tougher to find in this particular grade. But this one is a PCGS mid-state 68 full steps, keeping in mind that Denver minted coins are produced with a lot better quality to them compared to the Philadelphia minted coins. So make sure you are aware of that. But this one right here, high grade, top of the heap. More than likely it's going to be a registry set inclusion. Sold for $607.76. Just figure for a Philadelphia struck coin of the same grade, you're probably talking about $1,000 to $1,500. Again, for these newer modern coins, there is still a lot of demand, and they are worth it for those people that actually put together high-end, full steps, registry sets. All right. So here's another nickel, one of the tough ones. Now, interesting observation, okay? Some would say that you would need full steps designation on these coins to be worth a lot of money, all right? This coin is proof positive that you don't need it. It is, however, a nice high numerical grade, okay? It's pretty lustrous and, it's pretty market acceptable for what it is, but it's a 1960D Jefferson nickel. Again, this is a date that we find all over the place. These are still available out in pocket change in large numbers. PCGS mid-state 67, no full steps. This one sold for $1,041.75. Now here's a full steps nickel. Again, this one might have a little bit of a problem because the steps aren't really convincing me that it is full. All right, you have a lot of these little tiny nicks here at the bottom step. You know, it's not as clean as what I want it to be to warrant this kind of designation. But however, this is a PCGS Mid-State 66 Plus. It does have full steps. It's a 57 Philadelphia, one of the tougher dates. And this one sold for $1,388.25. Buffalo nickels have long been a tremendous collectible opportunity. All right, 1938 was the last year of the Buffalo nickel. They only made them in Denver. Okay, so don't try and find one that was made and produced in Philadelphia or San Francisco. They just don't exist. This one right here is a really high-grade PCGS Mid-State 67 Plus. CAC certified as well. This is a coin, ladies and gentlemen, that if you wanted to go out and cherry pick one at a nice high grade, you can certainly do so. These are available in large numbers in some of the highest grades because they were hoarded at that time. People knew it was the last day of the Buffalo nickel, a very loved, well-collected program. This one right here sold for $1,027.12. Pretty nice. And 1930 is what I would consider to be the final common date of the Buffalo nickel. So when you get into like 1929 before that, it's tougher to find really meaty, nice mid-state examples. This one right here is a 67. It's a Philadelphia struck coin. A very beautiful example here. This one sold for $1,636.88. I would say that I believe 67 plus or 68 is the top pop for a 1930. But again, this proves that tier 2 coins that aren't top of the heap are beginning to command quite a bit of market presence. Okay, people are flocking to these coins as supply has dwindled or run out of some of the more unobtainable grades, like a 68. And then finally, we got the 1914S. Now, this is truly one of the marvelous kind of like keys of the series. When you get into the teens and you have to try and locate a Denver or a San Francisco minted coin that is problem-free. That's the key, problem-free. Finding one that is unclean, unmessed with, that is a challenge. And it's even more of a challenge because, again, supply is dwindling. It's drying up out there of some of these high-grade quality early type coins. Now, this one right here is a Mid-State 66 Plus CAC certified, and this one sold for a cool $9,000. All right, so again, the market is just blistering hot for some of these early Buffaloes. I have noticed a trend that these have jumped up 15 to 20% in the last 90 days. All right, so this is one of the hot buttons for sure in the coin market. All right, so we got a 1943 Mercury dime. This one's interesting because the major grading companies like PCGS and NGC are now beginning to grade coins with proof-like designations. Okay, so any business strike coin that would typically be a mid-state whatever, all right, you have the opportunity based off of the outward appearance of the coin. If it looks and it develops some sort of like mirrory fields, just a crisp, clean strike, then you may be able to get a PL designation. And guess what that does to the coins? You got that right. They jump up in value. So this is a 1943 non-full steps Mercury dime, Mid-State 68 PL. All right, so that's a new designation for a lot of you out there. This one sold for $1,631.25. Without the PL designation, this is more likely a $750 coin. All right, so to round out the list for the Monday Market Report, we have a nice, beautiful array of Washington quarters. We're going to start out with a date that is very near and dear to a lot of you folks because it's a common dated coin. It's like the 64, only this is a 60D Denver. Now, This is not your typical Washington quarter. This one exudes a lot of originality. The toning is second to none. This is exactly the type of coin that a lot of more current generational collectors look for. They look for the art of the toning, which has been kind of like this new niche, kind of like section of collecting coins. And this one right here is a Mint State 67 Plus through NGC. It's a premier example. This one sold for $3,519. Okay, the toning is everything for the value of these coins. Likewise here for 55D, a rather tougher date to find, with a clean presentation. But check out the grade. It's only a 66 plus. These things grade up to 67, 67 plus. So this is again what I would consider to be a tier 2 grade. However, the toning is what really makes this just kind of like a world-beating type of quarter, regardless of what the numerical grade is. So this 55D sold for $3,037.50. Again, proving once again that if you're able to identify some beautifully original toned coins, not artificial, that you've pulled out of like old albums, or they could be roll enders at one point. These have been cherry picked quite exclusively in the secondary market, and then they're sent out to be graded, and then they turn around and sell them and make huge amounts of money off of these type of coins. Okay, this is a trend that's going to continue going till supply just completely runs out. All right, and there's only going to be so many of these out there. All right, so we got 51S. The toning is okay. I would say it's got a little bit more character on the reverse of the coin, but again, we're talking about a coin that has been preserved with all of this original skin to it. It's a PCGS Mint State 67 Plus, CAC certified, and this one sold for $1,406.25. 47D, not exactly a rarity. Okay, you're not going to find rarities in the 40s, but this one right here has little pockets of original toning, and again, this is what's popular today. This is a PCGS Mint State 67 Plus, CAC certified, and this one brought home $1,181.25 on great collections this evening. And then finally, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go ahead and end it off on this 1945. This one is a beautiful coin. Just looking at it, the luster is strong. You have some of the nice peripheral edge toning on this one. It's a Mint State 67 Plus. It was actually graded with the 30th anniversary label on there, which you could pay up to achieve, okay, that you could get onto your slab. Now, this is a slab label design that was used 20, 25 years ago. So people like the older PCGS label look, so people do pay the extra fee to get that done. Now, this one is also CAC certified, and this one sold for $1,575. All the quarters are magnificent. Okay, they're either going to be in a registry set, or a toner collector will appreciate these type of coins, and that's really what it's all about today in the marketplace. Okay, we're seeing a lot of desire and need for original coins. Okay, the toning is one of those things that plays into the originality, and that's exactly what collectors want. All right, so keep this in mind as we wrap up the Monday Market Report. Originality certainly is one of those things that has been driving the market mad. All right, so keep that in mind. But anyways, that's going to do it for this one, ladies and gentlemen. Don't work so hard. If you guys are hitting the old time clock this week and you're getting ready for work, hopefully you guys have a wonderful day. You guys stay safe. Be safe out there. Thank you for watching. Thank you for all the views and support. And as always, like, share, and subscribe to Blue Ridge Silverhound. I'm your host, Sean, and I want to say I want to appreciate and thank you guys. And I guess I'll see you on the next coin video. What do you guys think?